Signed, Randall C. Rapp, Mayor, attested by Melissa Ela, Recorder.
Kathy, do you want to come up?
It's an order.
So I think they nailed it there by saying Kathy does this. You know, she's done it honorably. She's one of the first people you meet when you're taking the test. She's been doing this for, I believe, about 35 years, either 89 or 90. We don't have records back to find out when she started, but it was 89 or 90. Every policeman we have at the police department right now, our oldest police officer's been there 28 years. She was around for that hiring. She's responsible for the interviews, figuring out some of these guys just from spending, you know, half hour to an hour with them. She's good at reading us to find out what kind of men and women we are. So we just wanted to present her with the plaque, and I'm going to give the other chiefs a chance to talk because they worked with her a lot longer than I did. I haven't been doing this too long, but I had done one hiring with her, and it was a pleasure. She's always right there for any questions I had. She answers the phone and any emails that I had, and she's been doing this for free for 35 years. For free. Just give her time. Didn't get paid a penny.
Kathy, congratulations. It's going to be a big loss with you going. I don't know who they're going to replace you with because you can't be replaced. But anyway, you've done one heck of a job. Every police officer that you see in the city of Vienna, we have good ones up here. We don't have rejects, we have good ones. And that's because of her diligence to make sure and the background checks and stuff gets done in the civil service. So I very much, as a citizen now, I appreciate your service even more than when I was the police chief, but thank you.
Kathy, thanks. I want to stress how meticulous Kathy was in her work. I mean, from grading these tests, you know, when she started, you gave a test once every few years, and now lately it seems like you give multiple tests a year. Of course, we know that. And Kathy keeps outstanding records and is really dedicated, Kathy, and for that we truly thank you. I want to confess something here. Actually, during my time as chief, I wanted to buy her a gift card. I thought that'd be great. Russ told me we can't do that. That's ethically wrong. But that's a shame, because you deserve way more than that. You really do. You are an integral part of what Vienna is. So, thank you.
I didn't want them to do this. I almost didn't come tonight because I've been having an issue with my hearing, so I can listen to all this praise with a soft effect on it. Doesn't seem like that long. My kids were teenagers, and now my grandsons are teenagers. I think it's 4 or 5 mayors and 4 police chiefs and a lot of different council people. And they make it sound like I did this all by myself. I didn't. I've had some great commissioners working with me. Currently, it's Rocky McHale and Nick Bibby. The chiefs have all been great for cooperating with me when I'd come bouncing into their office and interrupt whatever they were doing. City Council's been very supportive in giving us increases when we said, you know, it'd be easier to hire them if we could pay them better. And they came through for us. And they make sure the guys have the best equipment they can get. It's just, you know, it's a team effort, and the community supports us. All of you people and the people in Vienna, they respect our police officers. It's largely a law-abiding community, and I'm proud of it, and I hope everybody is, and I hope it stays that way forever and ever. Thank you guys for this.
Yeah, but did you want to read the plaque?
Says, from Vienna Police Department, presented to Kathleen Stoltz for her dedication to the city of Vienna and its police department for serving as a civil service commissioner.
I'll let Teresa get the official one.
The official iPhone, you know. Thank you.
We have one last thing.
Okay.
This is for you, okay? And this is not a gift certificate, it is a thank you letter, okay?
I would have expected otherwise.
Great. Just don't show that to Russ. Anyway, on behalf of the Vienna City Council, thank you.
You're most welcome.
I have known you probably longer than most people in this room. And I remember back in 1974, she worked with a legislative program where I actually got to go to Charleston and be a page in the Senate. She was very young back then, and she still had that long ponytail, and you would have thought you were dealing with some hippie. This woman right here knew that legislature backwards and forwards. So anyway, thank you. Not anymore. That's right. Bob, that's up to you now. All right, thank you.
I don't think so, because my word is going. Since I'm not gonna do part of this, but I'm gonna go home.
She's leaving because she can't hear anyway, so it's gonna put stuff out the car for her.
So we need to make this official this evening, so I'll entertain a motion for the approval of the resolution honoring the retirement of Kathy Stoltz from the City of Vienna Police Service Commission. It's been moved and seconded that we approve the resolution honoring Kathy Stoltz. Is there any further discussion? Hearing none, and all those in favor, please signify by raising your right hand. All those opposed? Resolution carries unanimously.
It's fine.
All right, so now we go back to where we should have been,
I'm not gonna stay up.
and we will start this evening's meeting with our public forum. We have 10 people that have signed up this evening. We will start this evening with Chief Schultz. Yes.
Good evening. I said, my name's Steve Schultz, the Vienna Fire Chief. I'd just like to take this opportunity to thank Mayor Rapp and this administration for allowing me to build a trusting work relationship with them over the years. Together, we have strengthened the Vienna Fire Department and made us better able to serve the citizens of Vienna. Also, I'm looking forward to building the same relationship with Mayor-elect Emmerich and the incoming administration. And again, I thank you all for everything you've done for us. Thank you.
Chad Emmerich.
Good evening, Mayor and council members. Chad Emmerich, Vienna, West Virginia. Usually I come to you with a prepared statement, obviously, and take and read that. But tonight I just want to share a little bit. But first, I want to thank everybody for coming out. It's good to see everybody here this evening, and we appreciate your participation. So tonight I just simply wanted to say thank you to all of the council for your dedication and your service over these years, regardless of how short or how long it has been. It takes, the desire to serve and continue to serve through good times and in bad. And you'll forgive me if I use first names this evening, but Chris, I want to thank you. You have been on this council for a very short time, but you have accomplished a great deal. I am very thankful for all of the knowledge that you brought to this council and all of the knowledge that you shared, and you should be very proud of what you have done here. Barb, you probably the shortest, serving council member maybe in history. I don't know. Has anybody served shorter than that? I don't know. I was ecstatic when you were selected and came on. Probably just as much as if my own mother would have been brought to council, and I was very happy to see that. Melissa, you got handed tasks that most people probably would have wanted to have dealt with. And it was a difficult time, I know, through a lot of that, but you stuck with it. You worked through it and you accomplished what you set out to accomplish, and I'm thankful for that. Kim, I appreciate your willingness to advocate on behalf of Vienna residents for what you felt was always in their best interest, and I know the seniors especially are very grateful for that and thankful for the time that you served. Chuck, thank you. No, I'm just teasing. You know, you stepped up now on your second time to be able to serve and fill a vacancy that was there. I know that filling those vacancies would be easier under better circumstances, but thank you for your willingness to do that. As we look to Jim, you know, I'd say thank you. Well, I will say thank you for your service and thank you for your continued service, and look forward to serving with you on this next council. Mayor Rapp, you have given 20 years of service to this city, and I want to say thank you for that. I know that it's probably been times of highs and times of lows, but it takes special dedication.
No idea.
Well, we're getting ready to experience both good times and bad. But through all of those times, your dedication has kept you in that seat, working towards the betterment of our city. And I just wanted to take this moment and thank each of you individually, and thank all of you collectively for what you have done, for what you've been willing to do, and what we're going to do in the future. Thank you.
Ethel Harris.
Good evening. Good to see everybody out tonight. And I just have a few comments. As we all know, this is a big night. The old out and the new coming in. And as you get ready to leave, I would hope that you make the right decisions and do not vote for these new ordinances. That vote will be following you wherever you go. And if you ever decide to run for another office, it could come back and bite you on the butt if you don't vote the right way for the residents of Vienna. We do not need those new ordinances. And people will be watching. They'll be watching the new council people as well as they have you all. And I'll certainly be here, which they probably would like to get rid of me too, but that's not going to happen. So I just hope and pray that you make the right decision and not pass this ordinance tonight and try to handcuff everything that's going on. And now, Randy, last but not least, you know, it's been quite a run for you and I. We've had our ups and downs. And me using my freedom of speech, and you're threatening to have me walked out. So tonight, out of respect and no hard feelings, I'd like to walk you out.
You know what? I already have a date for that. My grandson's gonna walk me out.
Oh, well, I'm glad, because I don't want you going out alone.
I'll be fine.
So, and I do wish you all the best. And if we don't see each other again before Christmas, then y'all have a Merry Christmas, and stay tuned to the city council, whatever you do. We got to keep things moving. Thank you.
Brian Flynn.
Brian Flynn, 1202 19th Street in Vienna. I actually had a speech before I came up here. I decided to scratch it. You know, I made sure to come down here tonight. My car's out of commission, so I walked. It's a little chilly, so I'm bundled up. I just want to say that I spoke about 2 months ago about having a decent election. You know, everybody being kind to one another, Be the example that this city can show the nation that we can all get along, that we cannot throw words around, make accusations that aren't true. Just get along. And I think when it boils down to it, we did a halfway decent job. Not perfect, but halfway decent. You know, for the current council members, you know, I think you've done a great job. Barbara, I know you and I have talked a few times. I've known her son for years. You know, Chris, you've done a great job too. Melissa, everybody on council has done a great job. I think, though, my recommendation for future elections should be qualifications. You know, if you want to become president of the United States, you have to be a certain age. You know, you have to be born in this country. I think if you're running for council, you should at least attend the meetings, know what's going on in your city that you're going to represent, that you want to represent. You need to be active in this city. That's all. Thank you very much.
Alice Goodwin.
Hello, my name is Alice Goodwin. I live at 710 28th Street here in Vienna. This was a hard-fought election for some candidates winning offices that should not have been allowed to run for the offices that they sought. The West Virginia Secretary of State's office and the West Virginia Attorney General's office failed all of us by not addressing the issues brought before their attention, since they are the state agencies in charge of the election process and election integrity. All attempts to rectify this situation fell upon deaf ears and blind eyes. I believe that the two candidates that this is regarded to owe the residents of Vienna an apology and an explanation for their less than truthful actions and conduct. Kim Williams is seeking an appointment for an unexpired term on the WVUB board. She should not be allowed to vote for herself on this resolution, since her current term has not expired. And also, when she was voted into the VUB board back in February of 2021, she stated that the only qualification was to be a duly elected member of the council, which she was, and also she was not taking compensation, and because of that, she should be able to vote for herself and plans to do so, and she did. So my question is now is whether or not did she keep that promise as far as not being compensated from February 21 to the present? And if she gets elected or selected by appointment, is she going to continue that until her term, unexpired term, will be up in February? Mayor-elect Chad Emmerich deserves the same rights and privileges that Randy Rapp has had for the past 12 years. We are not blind to the current council's attempt to maintain the status quo by passing certain resolutions listed on tonight's agenda. We all know that you've already made your decisions on how you're going to vote tonight. However, is this how you want your legacy of your service to Vienna to be remembered? Do not let your last official act be a spiteful and malicious one. Mayor-elect Chad Emmerich has a lot of hard work ahead of him as the transition begins. I'm excited to see the positive changes he has in store for Vienna. His knowledge, understanding, leadership skills, and compassion for all citizens and for our city is going to be a tremendous asset. One we can be proud of. And I ask that all residents that voted for Chad to continue to support and encourage him during this transition. And those of you that did not vote for Chad, please take the time to get to know him. He is a wonderful man.
Yeah, right.
Well, we all have opinions and we know what they're like. So I want to publicly offer my support, any skills and knowledge in any capacity that Chad might deem necessary in his upcoming years as mayor. Thank you.
Harry Dietler.
Harry Ditzler, 149 Bella Vista Drive, Vienna. Used to be 1116 15th Street, Vienna. And I just love this city. And I want to say, well, hi to Bob Fehrenbacher, who serves us in the legislature. And thank goodness for that. I get to ski in the winter. He does a wonderful job. And what I was really going to talk about, Chad Emery took the words out of my mouth. Mayor, you have been an excellent mayor. Council, you've been an excellent council. We couldn't have asked for anyone any better. Randy, I salute you for that. My thoughts on moving forward are that we're only standing on the shoulders of giants, and so the only reason we could see any further at all is because we're standing on your shoulders and following your lead. You're patient. All of you are patient. Kim, you're patient. You don't hesitate to say what you think, but you've done a wonderful job. I mean, all of you. And I'm just so excited to follow in your footsteps. I think this meeting is a meeting where we commend everything that you've done, and in the patience part, we have 11,000 people here in the city, and sometimes 4 or 5 come in here and complain and say things that probably aren't really that nice, and you all put up with it, and you know what the people of the city need and what they want, and you've given your lives, essentially volunteers. None of you are getting paid enough that this could be a career, but and particularly you, Randy, you've given of your life, and thank you.
Roger Connolly. Roger, I can't read your handwriting. Does that say Walker, West Virginia?
Washington.
Washington.
Yeah.
Okay.
Roger Conley, and I too, Mayor, want to say thank you for your years of service, and also council, thank you for your years of service as well. As all of you up there, and probably most in the audience know, I am a former member of this council. And I rise this evening to speak about the ordinance amendment that's being proposed here this evening on second reading. And specifically because I have seen and read comparisons to a conversation that I had when I was sitting there on council back in 2018 about the hiring of employees. And I just want to clarify that and make sure everybody understands that there is no correlation between the conversation that I had in 2018 and what is taking place here. Back in 2018, my concern was that the payroll was skyrocketing. My concern was that from the beginning of Mayor Rapp's administration to that point in time, and I don't remember the exact numbers, but the numbers was somewhere in the 50s at the time Mayor took office, and at the time I spoke, it was about 81. And my conversation at that time was simply, we need to curtail the hiring process. We was spending at that time millions of dollars on things to improve efficiencies, which I'm thankful that we do, and we should continue doing that. But as you improve efficiencies, you shouldn't add numbers, you should decrease numbers. So, there were some positions at that time that was being talked about being filled, that I was totally against. But the bottom line on that ordinance, if you look at it, and I have not read it for a while, but that ordinance clearly states, I believe in the last paragraph, that the intent was to curtail the hiring of, or the creation, I should say, of new positions. And that was where I was at the time. I remember the late Roger Bibby sitting right where Councilwoman Joyce is sitting now, looking at me and saying, well, does that mean that you want to be involved in all the hiring and the interviewing of all of the city employees? And I said, absolutely not. I have no desire to do that, and I'm sure the council has no desire to do that whatsoever. I just want us to be able to say if there's new positions created and we go above the number of 81, then council should be able to be involved. So, and then let me come to the ordinance amendment that you're talking about doing here tonight. And I guess, folks, here's my question. Why? Why are we doing this tonight? Why are we doing something that the previous mayors were not required to do? Why are you asking something different of Mayor-elect Emmerich than you did of previous mayors? I'm also asking, if Mayor Rapp would have won, would we be doing this here this evening?
No.
Probably not. But you know, folks, elections have consequences. The people of Vienna spoke loud and clear that they wanted change. There were 3 mayoral candidates. The people of Vienna said, we want Chad Emmerich to be our next mayor, not the other 2. We need to understand that the will of the people need to be adhered to. And, you know, I've heard the comment made, well, if the incoming mayor and council don't like this, they can fix it in January. Folks, with all due respect, that's ridiculous.
Absolutely.
You all have got 19 days left. Why, with 19 days left, would you be making an ordinance amendment like this? Why, with 19 days left, would you be making appointments to any boards or positions? You've got this totally backwards, folks. What you should be saying is, we'll let the incoming administration deal with this. If they don't like the ordinance as it is written, let them change it. I'm going to repeat it again. You got 19 days, folks.
I'm sorry, your time's up, sir.
Thank you.
Good job, Good job.
Bob Fehrenbacher.
My name is Bob Fehrenbacher. I live at 1601 Greenmont Hills Drive in Vienna. My sole purpose in coming here today is to frankly thank those of you in this administration for your service. From Mrs. Joyce, your short term here, and Mr. Nossinger, thank you for stepping forward. For Chris, Melissa, and Kim, thank you as well for your term. And Randy, you know, it's been my pleasure and honor to get to know you as I have served in the legislature, and it's been an honor to get your input and for you to facilitate information that was helpful for me to represent all of the citizens of West Virginia. I want to wish you well and thank you for your service. Thank you for your family and the role that you've played in this community. And I wish all of you and the citizens of Vienna a wonderful Merry Christmas. And I'm confident that going forward, this community will continue to grow and thrive. And it's because of some of the things that you have set in place that will help us be successful going forward. For the new members of the administration, I want to say that it will be my position and intent to work closely with you to continue that success. And so you all have my number, and if there's anything I can do, I'm available to help you in Charleston. So thank you.
Henry Sesson.
Henry Sasson, 1307 Greenmont Hills Drive in Vienna. First of all, first things first. January 4th, Parkers Brook South Big Swim Invitational. It's their biggest swim meet for the school. 16 to 20 teams will be there from throughout the state. A lot of fine young men and women that'll be swimming there. Doors open at like 8:30, 9 o'clock. The meet starts about 10:30, 11 o'clock. It's their biggest meet, and it's one of their big fundraisers. January 11th, 10:30, 11, that's at the Boys and Girls Club. January 11th, PHS swim meet. That's at the Y. Again, about 16 to 20 schools will be there. Swim meet starts at 10:30, 11 o'clock. And again, that's one of the biggest events they have apart from Golden States. So now that we got swim off the table, that's the first two items. Number three is for everyone that's on council that's leaving, thanks for your service. We hope that you don't disappear, that you come and, you come and get involved with the future city council meetings that we have. We gave you grief, and you have more than ample time to give us grief in return. It's a two-way street. For those that are the short-timers like Ms. Joyce and Chuck, thanks for your service. Going through the ordinance that's coming up. People have spoke about it tonight. I'm going to speak about it as well. Vote no. Why? It came up at the 11th hour right after the election. This is not Washington, D.C. This is not the Joe Biden administration. The people of Vienna have spoken. I have come to meetings for 12 years. During those 12 years, this has never been an issue. Throughout the course of all these terms, everybody praises everybody in city council how great of a job they've done. If you've done a great job, this wouldn't have come up. If it's come up and if you vote for it, say that you made a mistake and you guys ain't as great as you said you were. Ms. Joyce, you're short. Chuck, you're short time. You haven't been around for everything. So I urge you to vote no. You don't know everything that's going on. And at the last meeting that we were here, Councilman Leach said he had his reasons. If he would say, what were your reasons? I'd like to hear it. I'm sure the city of Vienna would like to hear it. You can address me now, or you can address me every day we have a meeting for the next 4 years, because I plan on asking that same question. Thank you.
Tracy Mitchell.
Please. Oh, you need some assistance with your...
Good evening. Thank you for listening to me this evening. I have brought one of the applicants of the two for the past council or council members that have passed away. Kim Williams picked for Mr. Azinger. It's a red, white, and blue. And Tim from the fire department had picked the same three colors for Roger Bibby. This is an example of the two applicants that I'll send out in January, probably towards the end. I have opened up for the fire department for Roger Bibby. If you would like to put something positive that either individual with the applicants, please let me know, or you can drop the little note off at my house. But like I said, I'll send them out after the first of the year because of the holidays. I want to make sure that these get to the Ronald McDonald House in Morgantown. I would like to open up to the council as well as the fire department. If you have a member who has passed away, I will gladly donate an applicant to the individual at no cost. It will be at my cost, and I will send it to wherever needed. After the first of the year, I'm gonna try to open up where anybody can make a donation to a nonprofit for the Camden Clark or Marietta premium or birth of a child. The colors will be pink or blue, and there will be about 20 rows. Anybody would like to donate for that, may, and it's whatever you can afford. I do thank council for allowing me to speak this past year. I wish good hopes for all of the council members now and the ones coming up, and the best wishes. Thank you.
Next on our agenda this evening is the report of the minutes. The minutes from the regular council meeting on November the 14th, 2024 have been printed, posted, and circulated. Are there any corrections to the minutes? With no objections, and the minutes will stand approved as posted. Next item up this evening is the report of the treasurer, Councilman Leach.
Reconciliation of funds for City of Vienna dated December 4, 2024, been provided. I've reviewed the accounts. They appear in order, and the city is financially sound.
There is one item on the reconciliation of funds that I would like to draw your attention to. When you go down to the bottom for the police retirement fund, this month we have exceeded the $14 million mark in our pension fund. We are one of the top pension funds in the entire state of West Virginia. I don't know if you read the article in today's paper or not, but there is a city that's slightly larger than us that has a $118 million deficit in their police and fire funds. It's incredible. And so for us, Chief, Brian, the pension fund is absolutely one of the healthiest areas anywhere. And when I came 12 years ago, it was $5 million. And now, thanks to the efforts of Amy Roberts and United National Bank, who's the administrator, $14 million in that one account. That's amazing. So, congratulations to them. All right, we'll go into our regular agenda this evening. Under unfinished business, we have an ordinance on second reading, amending the Vienna Municipal Code 111.04. It's approval of all city employee hires, to require council approval for all department head hires and termination, transfer, or removal, and to change job descriptions. Mr. Skogstad, would you got it up? Would you please read the ordinance as it's written?
This is an ordinance amending Vienna Municipal Code 11104, approval of all city employee hires to require council approval for all department head hires and termination, transfer, removal, and to change job descriptions. Be it ordained by the Common Council of the City of Vienna that it is the desire of City Council to amend 11104A of the Municipal Code as follows. 11104, approval of all department head hires, removals, job descriptions. A, it shall be wholly reserved under the Common Council of the City of Vienna the sole and exclusive power and authority to approve the hiring, termination, transfer, or removal of all department head positions. B, further, it shall be wholly reserved under the Common Council of the City of Vienna the sole exclusive power and authority to create, approve, alter, or amend any job description for any department head in the City of Vienna. C, replacement, filling, or backfilling any position that has been previously budgeted must be approved by the Human Resource Director only after receiving input from the department head. No additional city positions may be created without council approval. And the amendments are paragraphs A and B. Paragraph C is simply used to be the paragraph B in the ordinance that was passed in 2018.
I'll entertain a motion for the approval on second reading of the ordinance amending Vienna Municipal Code 111.04.
So moved.
Second. It's been moved and seconded that we approve on second reading the ordinance amending the Vienna Municipal Code 111.04. Is there any further discussion?
I guess since I've been called out, I'll respond briefly. So Henry, you're gonna have one vote, I'm gonna have one vote in this term. I agree, you've been here throughout the course. Sometimes we agree, sometimes we don't. Right now we don't. I think this promotes stability for the city. I think our department heads, while serving, have the right to have their tenure reviewed not just by the mayor, but by the entire council. These are important decisions. We have You know, and one of the things, our department heads are long serving, and will be aging out. And so retirements are in the future, perhaps in this next term. In fact, I kind of predict that for some. And the second thing is that that stability is important to all systems of Vienna. So, we've got a small group of people who've been vocal. Chad spoke against this in his first reading, did not tonight, but I think he's had many people, a few people speak on his behalf and see if he expresses. But, again, this is the prerogative of council. I'm going to adopt what Chuck Nossinger said. We got 19 days left. We're council, we're sitting here, we're empowered, and we're free to make decisions we think are in the best interest of the city of Vienna, and that's what we're doing. So Henry, that's, I'm sure not going to satisfy you, but that's the nice thing about this. I have one vote, you'll have one vote, and that's the way this works. So that's my response.
Is there any further discussion?
Yeah, I'll just reiterate what I said at the last meeting during the first reading of this. I feel like the timing of this is extremely inappropriate, and it makes me feel very uncomfortable voting on this. Last time I moved to table that, and no one seconded it. I'm not going to do that this evening, but I will still abstain from voting on this because I think it is inappropriate to vote on at this time.
Any further discussion?
Good choice.
All right, then I'll call for the question. All those in favor of the ordinance amending Vienna Municipal Code 111.04, approval of all city employee hires, please, on second reading, please signify by raising your right hand. All those opposed? Motion carries unanimously 6-0 with one abstention. I'd just like to make a comment to Chad. Wow. Chad, I didn't bring this up, but the fact of the matter is, this really isn't new.
Then why do it now?
You, as the incoming mayor, will make a recommendation to this council because it's in the employee handbook that if there's an opening, you can fill it. But if it's a new job, it requires council approval to fill that job. And so, that thing's been on the books for a long, long time. So, there's a lot of people want to, put a B up your bonnet, but I'm telling you, it's already there. All right? All right, moving on. Under new business, first item this evening on our agenda is a bid approval for the purchase of kitchen cabinets and countertops for the Vienna Volunteer Fire Department. Councilman Leach.
Sealed bids for the purchase of kitchen cabinets and countertops at the fire department were opened on Tuesday, November 26, 2024, 10 a.m. with the following results. Lowe's, $24,159.01. Ryan cabinets and countertops, $23,099.40. After careful review of the bid proposals, the recommendation for council approval for the purchase of the kitchen cabinets and countertops for the fire department is Lowe's, $24,159.01. There's just about a $150 difference between these bids, but there was an email, there was, on the bid specification, the chief made, our city attorney, Russ Godstad, aware that he believed that the low bid by about $150 was non-conforming because of a very specific requirement on the size of the cabinets. After review, the city attorney did author an email to Amy Roberts, finance director, indicating he believed that the issue brought by the chief was sufficient to make the low bid non-conforming, and therefore the bid by Lowe's is about $150 higher, $159, $160. Was appropriate to accept. Pardon. 23. Oh, I'm sorry. Well, you're right. It was $1,100. I'm sorry. I'm on that. And again, for anyone who wants to review it, the email reflecting the city attorney's opinion is attached. Which you may want to address.
I'm sorry, Jim. Did you show where the funding for this one is?
He did not. No, got sidetracked by the.
Do you want to read the whole thing for the sealed bid, or you want to just go with it?
All right. So please see the attached email from the city attorney using the reasons for not accepting the low bid. The bid did not materially honor the specifications given by the fire department as layout of the cabinets. Therefore, the bid is a non-conforming bid. Funding for this project for the kitchen cabinets and countertops is budgeted in account 01557.
And I just want to put one thing in the record. There are technically two reasons to reject the lower bid. And whenever you reject the lower bid by law, you have to make part of the record, the reason that you're rejecting the lower bid. My advice to council is, one, after my conversation with Chief Scholl, and I will make a correction to the email that I sent, I misunderstood Chief Scholl, he corrected me. I think it was 3 businesses picked up packets, and I misunderstood him to 2. In the end, it doesn't make any difference. 2 bids were submitted. One bid was, $1,000, roughly $1,100 lower. But the higher bid, the lower bid was non-conforming in that it didn't meet the specification. The reason that was a material issue, and I think it has to be material in order for you to reject a lower bid, is the fire department's needs for storage. They have some oversized items that need to be stored. They specified that they needed cabinets of a certain specific size. When the lower bidder provided their specification or their bid proposal, they changed those larger cabinets to smaller cabinets, and they replaced it with a 3-drawer utility, cabinet or drawer. That does not meet the needs of the fire department under what they need. And I know that may seem inconsequential, but you have to recall that in addition to the fire department having a small kitchen over there, it serves a number of functions. One is to provide food for volunteers. Two is to be able to accommodate things like the ice cream social items and so forth. Food preparation in that kitchen is part of the ice cream social. And you just can't, as my wife would tell me, you just can't have pans laying out everywhere and not have them in the cabinet. So I think it's a material variance, and I think it's material enough that it justifies the rejection of a lower bid, and I also think that it's non-conforming because it doesn't meet the specification that was required by the fire department. I'll try to be short. I've always failed.
All right. I'll entertain a motion for the approval of the bid from Lowe's in the amount of $24,159.01 for the replacement kitchen cabinets and countertops for the Vienna Volunteer Fire Department. Second. Did you second, Chris? Thank you. It's been moved and seconded that we approve the bid from Lowe's for the new kitchen cabinets and countertops for the fire department. Steve, how many years have those cabinets been in over there since it was built?
The original was 78, I think the building's right.
Yeah, okay.
They
All right.
served their purpose.
Yeah, all right. So it's been moved and seconded that we approve the bid from Lowe's for the replacement kitchen cabinets and countertops. Is there any further discussion? Hearing none, then I'll call for the question. All those in favor of the bid from Lowe's in the amount of $24,159.01, please signify by raising your right hand. All those opposed, motion carries unanimously. The next item on our agenda this evening is a resolution to authorize the termination of the SEGRA agreement. For the past 5 years, we have been in a contract with SEGRA for the communication and internet structure of the city. Unfortunately, the system that SEGRA has is very difficult to work with, and there is not a department in the city that is happy with the way that it is working. This resolution tonight authorizes that if we come to that point where we're going to cancel the agreement because there is another 5-year renewal on top of this thing, and it's extremely expensive, that the council has the ability, the council's giving the ability to make other arrangements besides the SEGRA telephone system. So that's the purpose from this. It's if we get to that point where we have to get out of this agreement, the council will allow the city to look in a different direction for a telephone and internet provider. All right? Okay? We may still be with SEGRA. It just depends. We're going to reach out and see if we can find more affordable options that have better service. So, be it resolved by the Common Council of the City of Vienna that the mayor and the city attorney are hereby authorized to pursue termination of the SEGRA telephone agreement and to take such steps as are reasonably necessary to effect the same. Any expenditures of funds beyond a de minimis expenditure in the pursuit of termination must be approved by council. I'll entertain a motion for the approval of the resolution to authorize the termination of the SEGRA agreement.
So moved. Second.
It's been moved and seconded that we approve the resolution. Is there any further discussion? Hearing none, then I'll call for the question. All those in favor of the resolution to authorize the termination of the said agreement, please signify by raising your right hand. All those opposed, motion carries unanimously. The next item on our agenda this evening is a resolution appointing Jeanette Hart or, in the alternative, Rob Graham to the Vienna Board of Parks and Recreation as the VRIA appointment. Be it resolved by the Common Council of the City of Vienna, based upon the recommendation of the Vienna Recreation and Improvements Association Board, Jeanette Hart, a duly qualified resident of the City of Vienna, is hereby appointed to fill the unexpired term of Bill Moorhead on the Vienna Board of Parks and Recreation as the Vienna Recreation and Improvement Association Board representative for the remainder of the term expiring January the 26th, 2026. As per Vienna Municipal Code, the alternate recommendation of the Vienna Recreation and Improvement Association Board is Rob Graham, a duly qualified resident of the City of Vienna, to fill the same unexpired term. I will entertain a motion for the approval of the resolution appointing Jeanette Hart, or in the alternative, Rob Graham, to the Vienna Board of Parks and Recreation as the, I should do that without Rob's name here, because Rob's the placement.
Just do the motion. Everybody understands that right now they're appointing Jeanette Hart. If Jeanette Hart fails, then we'll vote on Rob Graham second.
Okay, you understand that? All right, good. All right. I'll entertain a motion for the resolution appointing Jeanette Hart, or in the alternative, Rob Graham, to the Vienna Board of Parks and Recreation as the VRIA representative.
So moved.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded that we approve Jeanette Hart to the opening on the Vienna Board of Parks and Recreation as the VRIA representative. All those in favor, please signify by raising your right hand. All those opposed, motion carries unanimously. Chuck, how many years has Jeanette been involved with Vienna Rec?
Yeah, 14,
14?
15,
Yeah.
14 or 15 years. She's integral into our function.
The next item on our agenda this evening is a resolution approving the appointment of Kim Williams to fill the unexpired term of Steve Eaton on the Vienna Utility Board. There was some discussion that was brought up in the public forum about this appointment. The reason why this needs to happen this evening, and I am the one that brought this forward, is the fact that Mr. Eaton and Mr. Barr have both resigned from the Vienna Utility Board. I will no longer be on the board. My spot will be taken by Chad. It's by ordinance that he, the mayor, is the president of the Vienna Utility Board. The situation that we find ourselves with here is you have to have at least 3 members to have a quorum. If we don't appoint Kim to this position, there's only 2. You won't be able to conduct any business that needs to come up. You have to have a quorum in order to make this happen. This is an unexpired term that only lasts until March of 25. Now, the Public Works Director has recommended Kim because of the diligence that she put in on her service to that. And even though she will no longer be a council member, she is perfectly qualified to serve as an at-large member from the community. The only person that will be left on the utility board once the election is over is Joe Thorpe, and Joe is willing to serve, but there will be 4 new people there, and then it will be up to Mr. Emmerich to appoint the other 2 at-large positions which need to be filled. All right, that's the point, that's the purpose in appointing Kim Williams to this, and I fully support this, and I know Craig Metz does as well. So, I'll entertain a motion for the resolution approving the appointment of Kim Williams to fill the unexpired term of Steve Eaton on the Vienna Utility Board.
So moved.
Let's make a couple things clear. Miss Williams' term ends when her council position ends December 31st. The term that she currently holds as a council person, that runs concurrent with her position, meaning she's the council representative to the utility board. This new term cannot begin until January 1st, when the new administration takes place. So she would be taking Mr. Eaton's position, as the citizen representative. Right now, she's the council representative, so they're not overlapping terms. So you, one after the other. So under our ordinances, there's nothing that says that she can't do that, right? Because she's not serving overlapping terms, she's serving consecutive terms. But I just wanted to clarify that. And the date that it would end would be February 24th, 2025, because that's the term, the date that Mr. Eaton's term ends.
Okay, are y'all clear on that?
Yes.
Okay. So I'll entertain a motion to approve the resolution approving the appointment of Kim Williams to fill the unexpired term of Steve Eaton on the Vienna Utility Board.
So moved.
Been moved and seconded that we approve the resolution. Is there any further discussion?
I just want to clarify something, since it was brought up in the public forum by Mrs. Goodwin. No, I do not receive compensation for my service on the utility board. I never have, and I don't intend to receive compensation for the 2 months that I'm appointed in 2025. The compensation is the whole $50 for those who participate on the board, but I don't receive that. I didn't have a conflict of interest in 2021 when I was put on the board, and I don't have a conflict of interest this evening. I will abstain from voting tonight, but I just want to clarify that.
Thank you.
All right. There's no further discussion. I'll call for the question. All those in favor of the resolution approving the appointment of Kim Williams, Kim is abstaining from this vote, to fill the unexpired term of Steve Eaton on the Vienna Utility Board, please signify by raising your right hand. All right, passes unanimously. Please note that Kim did not vote. All right, wow. Since we've already honored Kathy Stoltz, we will now go to the reports of standing boards and committees. Mrs. Elam?
Yeah, I'd like to ask Jeff Slusher, he's the president of the Park Board, to come forward and give a report from the Park Board.
Good evening, everybody. Before I speak on behalf of the Park Board, I want to personally thank all of you as members of council. You have been so gracious to be interacting with 2,000 annual participants. It takes a lot of volunteer effort to make what these happen, and it also takes your support. So, thank you. On behalf of the Vienna Park Board, the Vienna Park Board is requesting the city hire a contractor to supply and install new security cameras throughout the park system. Over the last few years, there have been many situations where something happened in the park, but the cameras were not functioning at the time. First and foremost, this is a safety concern. But we have also had a significant number of vandalism incidents in the park system. This includes restrooms, playgrounds, and the sports fields. The camera technology available today is significantly better than what was available 5 to 10 years ago. It is far better at capturing faces, license plates, has better storage capacity and networking capacity. We feel the hiring of a contractor to install the new cameras throughout the park system should be strongly considered in the city council's next budget. So I'm also speaking to all of our incoming council members. You may want to consider including the other City of Vienna properties as well. Again, thank you so much for your time and your service to our community. Chuck and Barb, I know you guys have had short terms, but I have had the pleasure of serving with you on the Park Board and the Vienna Rec Board for the last 4 and 11 years. So thank you for going above and beyond and stepping up to fill the vacant seats. Thank you very much.
Any other report or committee that needs to be talked about this evening? All right. With that, then we'll go to council comments. Are there any council comments this evening? Yes, ma'am.
I would like to thank you all for allowing me this opportunity to participate on Vienna City Council. You all know how I feel about the city of Vienna, and even though I won't be sitting here, I am available to do whatever is necessary. And I, again, thank you. And Mayor Rapp, I thank you very much for your years of service. It started way back right here, Planning Commission, and It's been a ride. Thank you.
Any other comments this evening?
Yeah, I actually want to make a small gesture. So, you know, and this is a parallel to my day job. One of the things I most appreciate when I, for example, have opposing counsel, Harry left, but you can go at it toe to toe, all right, in a trial, in a case. And the most professional best practices I see in my profession is when, once we bloodily leave the courtroom, we shake hands, we're friends, and we continue on. And that is the thing that I appreciate the most. We're the opponent. Kim and I have hit it and hit it and hit it, and yet I support her appointment to the utility board because she's done good work there. And so, Russ, this is my money. Or for you, Chuck, you know, you've stepped up every time, you know, the call's been there. You know, I mean, just your contribution to City of Vienna has been lifetime long, both as a part of our business community and as a part of our city government. So thank you again for coming the second time. And I did ask you if you would. You agreed graciously and appreciate that. Russ, I'll see you. Get another one. Mayor Rapp, you know, when I got first elected 8 years ago, I didn't know what to expect in working with you. I knew you, and I talked about this from when you let me in the movie theater when we were kids. You were the usher in velour, purple, really good looking stuff. It's just been nothing but respect that's grown in the years that I've worked with you. You know, your fairness, your always willingness to show up and do what's required, to listen. You know, and we've not always agreed. Most of the time we have, but most of the time it's been because I've been persuaded by your logic. They say I can't believe you're leaving, all right, but you are. And I've appreciated the time with you. We squabbled a little bit when we first started, but I think we've developed a great relationship since that time. So happy to have you here. And Barbara, you know, I hope you've enjoyed, because you've given so much service to the city that I felt like it was an honor to appoint you to city council. And I'm sitting over here, like, make a motion, make a motion, you know, and so I really appreciate the fact that, you know, that you've had the opportunity to do this. You know, you've been just like with Chuck, you know, just lifelong, just complete support as a teacher, member of the community, member of our park board and rec program. So thank you for that. Chris, I'm kind of glad, you know, we don't always get along either, but I told you when you said you weren't running again, I wasn't really happy about that, and I'm not. I think that, you know, that you make good points. We don't always agree, but that's the nature of this, and that's what you know, kind of why I'm doing this, is because we have this incoming council. Everybody knows I voted for the mayor. I didn't vote for Chad, but he texted me, congratulated me, and I told him, I wish you the best success. And it's so we're going to prove whether we can work together or not. Same thing with Henry and everybody that's coming in. You know, we're going to agree or we're going to not. We're going to work together or we're going to not, but the city's going to move forward. So I just want to say thank you to everybody. You know, I said I'll do, and this will be my last term. And I think I'm going to age out with probably some of our additional, you know, we've got an aging population. It's going to be a challenge for you, Chad, and for council to fill those roles. We've got a lot of talent in this city that we're going to miss. And so we're going to see how that goes, but I just wanted to show you all a small token of my appreciation, let you know that I appreciated, you know, the challenges that have been with council. So, and to see this room this full tonight, regardless of whether you agree with me or I agree with you, doesn't matter. The fact that you're here and participating is what matters. So thank all of you so much for that. And we got a lot of opportunity, a lot going on in the next 4 years in the city of Vienna, and it's going to be real important. You know, I mean, with the ITC up on the hill, the new school, Spencer's Lit, everything that's going on, you know, it's already been mentioned several times. We've got the kind of change that hasn't happened in the city of Vienna since, I think what Chad said, you know, and others, the mayor as well, is mayor-elect, I suppose. You know, since the mall was built, we haven't seen this kind of development and what's coming forward in the city of Vienna. And I'm looking forward to seeing how it turns out. You know, I've always preached that, you know, that my mission, and I think a lot of our mission is to create an environment where not only, you know, are we here, but our children are raising their families here. That's my mission, that's my reason for serving, is to try to create an environment that our families want to live here, raise their children here, have a quality of life here that's safe, and also something to do. So thank everybody so much. That's my 2 cents for finishing this term and starting next. Thank you so much.
Anybody else?
I'll say something. This has been a pretty wild ride for all of us. We've all had our ups and downs over the past 4 years, and my roller coaster started when Mike passed, and again, there were just so many things that, in the midst of that, I still had to conduct business. Ran a special election, had to replace them. We did all these things that reporters haven't had to do in forever, and still had to keep doing business. And this was good for me to stay engaged and continue to be productive. And I'm really proud of the things that I was a part of throughout this term. In the small decisions, the big decisions. The pool was a massive project, and I'm really proud of it. And I saw this past summer when we had over 9,000 people come to the pool. That just is mind-blowing. And I think we're going to have more than that this year because it'll be open for the full amount of time. And so there's a lot of potential there still. I've really made some good friends up here, and I like all of you. And I got to know a lot of the folks in the city, and I've encouraged those who are following in our footsteps, get to know these employees and the department heads. They have so much institutional knowledge. They have so much. This is their everyday job. Their job is not, it shouldn't be dependent on whether or not, every 4 years, they shouldn't have to worry about, what's happening with their job. This is what they do every day. This is how they take care of their families. And I just really admire the people that I've been able to work with. I've had a lot of fun, too. I highly recommend going on a tour with Craig Metz with Public Works. I don't know if you'll want to climb the tower, but he let me climb the tower, and it was awesome. I had a great time, climbed all the way to the top of that big wall.
I didn't authorize that.
Well, I'm on my way out, so. But that was really, I got to see firsthand what people do, and just really enjoy the intricacies of municipal life. And what an awesome responsibility it has been to be on council. And Mayor Rapp, I'm really glad that I ended up becoming your friend, because I wasn't sure we would be at first. I mean, we all, Jim, same thing. We've all had our blows, but you're a dear friend, and I wish you well. I know that God is in control, and I trust His sovereignty. I know that He has a plan for what's next for your life, just as He does for the next mayor. And each of these council people that aren't going to be sitting up here, we're all going to be getting into something else. God's got that planned out. And same thing for those new council people. You guys are about to start a whole new season. Leadership is a season of life. And there's always going to be somebody that follows you. We always have to keep that in mind. It's humbling. And so give it your all, but know that it will end at some point. So I love all of you, and I'll sit up there for the next little while. Thank you.
So,
wait, sorry. One more thing. I forget. I want to thank my kids. Jackson Tyson. I'm very proud of you. You've grown up a lot over these past 3 years. And you've been very patient, because there for a while, Daddy and I were both gone on Thursday nights. And we both had our responsibilities, and then it was just me. And you've been patient, and I took on a lot of responsibility up here. And you guys were my inspiration for a lot. You and all your punk friends, So I love you, and I'm looking forward to my next chapter in our life. Mom and Dad, thank you for praying me all the way through. I've needed the support, and you guys have been awesome. Thank you.
guess I'll follow that.
Hang on for 1 second. In case you all don't know what she's talking about the tower, that's the water tank up at OVU. It is an unwritten honor if you get to sign the rail around the tank. Very few people have done it. I wouldn't put it, if you put $1,000 up there, I wouldn't do it, okay? But she's now one of the signees, all right, forever. The other thing is, when she went on the tour with Craig, she got the privilege of going down into the sewer pit, where all the sewer in the city. So you've got the highs and lows.
I have. I've done every high and low in the city, so.
Well, I've done the tour with Craig as well, and I've been to the sewer pit, never on top of the water tower. That's never going to happen. I'm like Mayor Rapp. You can put $1 million up there, and it's not going to happen. It's been a pleasure to serve the city of Vienna, and you know, I appreciate everybody's confidence in me, and there have been a lot of really challenging moments here. There have been a lot of really rewarding moments as well, and not always gotten along with everybody I've served with, but at the end of the day, we're all kind of rowing in the same direction because Vienna is a wonderful community, and you know, I grew up here. This is my hometown. It means a lot to me, so I'm very invested in the future and what happens in the future, and so we're all rooting for Vienna, and I just want to say thank you. It's been a pleasure, and I appreciate your confidence in me and in allowing me to have really one of the greatest honors of my life, so thank you.
I've been here a really short time, and I'm going to speak really twice, very short twice, and it's been a privilege that you all have actually voted me on twice and appointed me twice, and I appreciate that, and it truly was an honor. And when I interviewed, I said that I did not grow up here in Vienna, but I did bring my family here, and I raised my family here, and for that, it's been a great city, and so therefore, that's why I want to serve the city, and I've appreciated every moment of doing it, and I want nothing but the best for the people who are coming in because it's our city. We walk down the streets with each other all the time. We share what goes on, the good and the bad, and we always want to come together and move forward, like Kim was saying. So I want success with everyone. This city is a wonderful city. It's a great city, and we want it to continue to be successful. So, and with that, Mr. Mayor, thank you very much for all you've done for the city of Vienna. Appreciate it. Thank you.
I'll be very brief. It's been an honor to sit in this position. I had really big shoes to fill, and it's been a really humbling experience to be so young and to have the confidence of the people of Vienna to vote for me and sit here. So thank you for that. It's been an honor to serve this community. There's a lot of exciting things happening, and I'm looking forward to continuing to be a part of this community.
Caleb, come on.
Can I go?
You're not leaving. Oh, let's be sure, man. All in favor of letting Russ briefly talk? Yeah, so we'd love to hear.
I think this is starting my 17th year as the city attorney for the city of Vienna. This will be my third mayor. I've worked with Randy since he was the recorder. I don't live in Vienna. I live in Parkersburg. I work as an assistant prosecutor in the daytime.
He couldn't pass the background check.
I couldn't. But I think of Vienna as, I think of Wood County a lot as a whole, made up of small, wonderful pieces. And Vienna is one of those beautiful pieces. And I'm very blessed to have the opportunity to use a law degree, because we don't know how popular attorneys are, to do things like serve the public. And the reason I say that is I really enjoy being the city attorney for Vienna. disappointed that some of the people chose not to run again, Mr. Mancuso, Ms. Neal, because I think that we could use younger people for the different perspective that we have. And I say that as I'm sliding to being one of the older people. But that's okay. There'll be another round of elections, and maybe some of you all will change your minds. I want to thank everyone on council, and I'm sad that I can't thank Tom and Roger and Mike, because I really liked all three of them. They gave a lot of themselves, and they gave a lot to the city, just as our council members have given a lot of themselves to the city. Council, mayor, particularly council, doesn't get paid very much for this. You know, sometimes I sit and listen, and I read things on the internet, and I try not to do that anymore because I think it'll make you crazy. But, and we just have entered a season, to borrow Mrs. Elam's phrase, where it feels like there's a lot of negativity, when there doesn't have to be negativity. There are a lot of positive things that are happening here. There are a lot of positive people that are here. And I'd like to hear from the positive people a little bit more. But that's the way things are, and that's probably the way they'll be for a period of time. I hope our next council remembers that you're all neighbors. Many of you have known each other for years and years and years. And that being kind to each other doesn't have to stop because you walk through that door. And that's whether you're a member of council, or you're the mayor, or you're a member of the public. We can all disagree. I disagree every day. I'm in court all of the time, and I deal with attorneys all of the time. And I disagree with them. I've actually had cases with Jim, and I've disagreed with Jim. But I like Jim. And the point is, I can disagree with the folks on an issue, and it doesn't mean I have to stop liking him or be mean or short or what have you. So and I have the lovely benefit of I don't have to take a position. I just have to kind of be the referee. I just have to say, yo, you can't do that, or yes, you can do that, and here's how. And so I'm kind of not part of that fray. But I just want you to remember, we're all very lucky that the people who choose to run for office are the people that I've seen thus far that really have a community, our community's best interest at heart. We may not always agree with the decisions they make, but I think particularly in a small town, and I'm not talking about, you know, politics in DC or anything, because I think that's something that's alien to all of us. I think in a small town like this, the people that run for your offices are people that really believe that they want to do something positive and make a difference. And I've seen that with Randy, and I can tell you, Randy was a bull in a china shop when he came in as mayor. And I've watched him grow and change, and I've watched him learn how things work and learn how to get things done. And all the councils that I've dealt with, and I'm going to wrap it up, I promise, have been very, look around your town. When you go home tonight, look around your town and look at all of the things that have happened, look at the changes, and really think about how many of them have been negative and how many have been positive. We have a new pool, we have new water towers, we have a new utility rules, we have a building, we have all kinds of these things that have come over the last decade or so. I hope that the new council will come in and have that positive outlook and continue those positive things, because there are a lot of good positive things coming. Thank you all for letting me continue to work as your city attorney. I appreciate it, I enjoy it, and I look forward to working with the new council and the new mayor, and I am going to miss all of you. And so thank you, and good luck, and Randy, it's sorry I took so long. It's yours.
Wait a minute, I want to do a quick shout. So, when he talked about change, you know, our small businesses have been beat to death by this road construction, especially like U-Bolt through, Daggett, Elkies. You know, it's harder, and so if you get an opportunity, try to be extra special, good to them, shop there. You know, U-Bolt's road has been closed multiple times. They in particular, I think, have taken a beat down on this road construction. So yeah, if you can, just try to do a little extra. Instead of running into Dollar General, maybe cruise through U-Bolt. Anyway, so.
Yeah, you know, I agree with Jim. I mean, it's incredible how the gas company, and we all want the new gas lines, because once they're done, they're gonna be gone. We won't see them again for a long time. But that road closure right there has been terrible. But anyway, So,
And hot dog, they always have business. People get their hot dogs anyway.
They do.
No matter what.
so after we recognized Kathy, Chief Young came in. George, please stand up. I know you hate this. But there you go. Okay. You can sit now. We had 4 of our previous police chiefs, or 3 of our previous ones, and our current chief there, that all had worked with her. And, you know, all 4 of you have made a major impact on the city of Vienna. And so thank you all. And Kim, thanks for bringing him. That's nice, okay? I noticed that you don't follow the rules any more now than you used to. You're sitting in a reserve seat. Ryan, sorry.
I'm all right.
Just working under
See what George has to put up with.
Yeah.
Anyway,
I don't feel bad for George.
this will be my last council meeting unless we have to have an emergency meeting for something. But at any rate, this marks my 20th year. And in my 20 years, I have never missed a council meeting in 20 years. Never. So first and foremost, I would like to thank the people of the city of Vienna. It is an absolute gift to have people trust you and want you to be in charge. I had a lady come to me one time and she said to me, she said, "You're the type of person that I would trust my kids with." And I never forgot that. And so, what I would like to do first and foremost is thank my wife for 20 years of meetings and late dinners and all the stuff that goes with this job. My family put up with a lot, giving me the ability to travel, to go around the country, the various committees and all the things that I've been on boards for. I took advantage of every opportunity I got to tell people about the city of Vienna. And it's amazing how well respected the city of Vienna is to the other cities around the state of West Virginia. It's been a privilege to work with Jim Leach. That's the most creative guy in the city of Vienna right there. I'm telling you right now, he thinks 24/7. I'm sure that Joanna, you drive her nuts, okay? But the fact of the matter is, I mean, he thinks outside the box, and the projects that he's been involved with, it's amazing. And so, Jim, thank you. I honestly thank each and every one of you for being part of this, and the councils that have gone before. You know, Vienna's made up of good people. That's all there is to it. They're made up of good people. And over the years, you know, we built the senior center, we built the fire department annex, the police department annex. As Melissa said, we built a pool that'll be here for many, many years. We've redone the tennis courts, we built the pickleball courts. We've got, you know, really super nice facilities for VRIA to participate in, and I'm proud of that, because when you look around, there's a lot of communities that aren't as fortunate as we are. And Chad, I have to tell you, you were handed the keys to a Cadillac, all right? You have the most experienced group of department heads that could ever work for any city. The knowledge that those people have, you can't buy. These are 30-plus year employees that know all of the things that you have to deal with. And unfortunately, you're gonna get an education really quick about the Public Service Commission and all the things that have to do with water and sewer. And I mean, it's a learning curve, believe me. But you got money in the bank, you got an experienced team to work with, you got people in this town that obviously support you, you'll do just fine.
Thank you.
Okay? No matter what happens, the city of Vienna will survive. You will do just fine. And so, congratulations. You know what? I'd like to have continued on, but my wife said to me, you don't seem as upset as I thought you would be. And I said, you know what? I actually feel relieved. You know, all the things that go on, you know, it's just amazing. It's 24/7, 365. And if you're lucky enough to not have to deal with C8 water issues or any of the other things that come along, congratulations, because that's a mark in itself. But you will. There are things that come. And so I will tell you the one piece of advice that I tell everybody, especially younger people. What is it, Carrie?
Make all the friends you can.
Make all the friends you can, because I guarantee it'll smooth the road out for you. All right? So I'm really grateful for the opportunity that I've had for the last 20 years. Melissa was right. Anybody that runs for recorder has no idea what they're stepping into, because the books and the paperwork that you have to continue to keep for the city, it's a full-time job. And so, Rodney, I know you're here. You'll get your education, you know. But at any rate, for me, I'm gonna miss it. And the way I look at it is, Edith, you don't get a chance to call me stupid anymore. So I'm really happy about that. You know.
Edith.
So anyway, having said that, are we ready? Are we ready? Yeah. Grab that gavel, young man. Meeting adjourned. We go.
He's talking about Edith and Archie.
Edith and Archie.
On
the TV show.
Thanks a lot, Chad. I
You're welcome.
appreciate this.
You're welcome.
Everybody liked it.
Oh, I'm sure they did.
Oh, George is well
This big boy here, out and out, give it to him. I think that's what people
Good seeing you again.
If you'll give me just a second, I'll tell you what I'll do. Would it be okay if I did either the McDonald House in Morgantown? It takes children to have open heart problems.
I don't know
That's okay. I'll gladly use it. Or I'll do Canvas Art, one of the two, what's left. Because I always do kids. My mom was very much into the kids.
No, I didn't. I know we went through this the other day. Huh?
Same one as
I always call it Mike. It's like a normal name this time.
Yeah, oh my gosh. Oh, I think you better take him back.
She's still mean, by the way. Yeah. Can you believe that?
For the first 2 years.
So you made her do a good job. Pretty much. No problem. I'm scared of that. No trouble.
Hi, Glenn. Merry Christmas. Fine, how are you? I'll do this. Sorry. Hey, Mickey. So what are you doing these days?
Too many names.
Whatever we want to call it, why I wore it back.